O Lord the Almighty, we seek your grace and blessings. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. We bow down with gratitude and humbleness. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 23, the 1st of May 2020, a Friday. Sharvari Nama Samvatsar, Uttarayan, Vasanta Rutu, Vaishakha Mas, Shukla Paksh, Ashtami. So we are now basically trying to understand what are the qualifications of a seeker and compare those standards, those parameters to our personal selves, our own selves, and see where do we stand with respect to these qualifications. First of all, is it that all the qualifications are there in us? Yes, if they are there in us, to what extent they are there? Assess the gap between what is an ideal level one should have and our current position, and slowly inch up in terms of the right practices, right methods, and try to reach the ideal levels. If for some reason some qualification is not there, then we need to bring in that qualification in us. And as I can see, most of you who are here in our satsang, so to say, we all have the qualities, but it is the variation in the degree of the content in each and every qualification. So that you will have to do your assessment, and any guidance you would need on that, you can always approach me. So having learned these broad spectrum of qualifications, now we are going into the details of each and every qualification one by one. So we have firstly studied the Viveka Shakti, Nitya and Anitya Vastu Viveka, where we have seen many things which we aimlessly strive for in life is not there permanently. So we should know that what is permanent, what is impermanent, at least after having experienced ourselves. A wise person would not wait for a personal experience. He would look at the lives of others. And if he says, if that can happen to him or her, then it can happen to me as well. So why do I not correct myself? That is the nature of a wise person. It could be anything: money, energy, anything it could be. Relationship. So you need to take a call at some point and see, have I to draw a line over here? Is it not going beyond an extent? Why am I spending so much time on this? So that particular aspect, every step of your life, one needs to be vigilant. And then comes the vairagya, that is a dispassion, a decent amount of dispassion towards various aspects in life. Try to reduce the absence of desire to enjoy sensuous pleasure. Gradually, because eventually, as you keep growing and growing, every sensual pleasure has a impact on whatever it is your time, your money and energy. It does have an impact. If you want to go for a Europe tour and come back, it's not going to come just like that. There is so much of planning involved, there is so much of money involved, there is so much of energy involved. You have to catch late night flights. You have to wake up early to catch early morning flights. So much of energy is involved. Yes, I do understand. There is an amount of pleasure, but here what the scriptures are trying to tell us is all the pleasures which are outside you are finite pleasures. They say, my dear friend, look inside. There is a potential of bliss inside. Go inward, tap that. So the chase which we are now moving outward, the speed has to reduce. And then you slowly start changing your direction. This is what comes from developing a sense of dispassion. Then what are the qualities one needs to have? The third level is Shama, Adi Shat Sampatti. Shama is the first one, Adi, another 5. Adi 6, wealth. They call it as that wealth. These are the wealth which are going to be throughout your life. Nurture them. Shama, control your mind. You see, hundreds and hundreds of thoughts keep crossing your mind. Try to have a control. Of course, the scriptures prescribe the methods, but this is something where you need to have a control on the mind, without which you are not able to sit in meditation, and without doing proper meditation, you cannot unite with the Supreme Truth. Like the firm hands are to a shooter, in the same way, a firm mind is to a yogi or a sadhak. And then the next quality which we need to now start is Dhamma. We have studied up till Shama yesterday. Now what is Dhamma? Dhamma is mastery over the senses. Mind is one level, senses are another level. And after senses you have the sense objects. Now how it works? The sense object starts sending you signals which are caught by the senses. A beautiful sound, the sound waves come and touch your ears. Your ears will go and tell the mind. The mind will say to the organs of action. There are Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, the 5 Karmendriyas, which are your legs, hands, your speech, procreation and excretion. Now it tells the hands and the legs, go, get it. If there's a nice thing which is being cooked, you get the smell. You may not be hungry also, but the smell is so delicious. You will say, where is it coming from? Oh, here, let me go. And your legs will go there. Because it's all controlled now. Sense objects, senses, mind to the legs, and then the hands. Pick it up and put it in the mouth. It's not making any kind of a decision. Now this is say, it's something which is heavy in sugar. What is your sugar level? Whether you should eat or not. Was it required at this point or not? Is there a celebration to eat this first of all? Nothing is there. You were just walking by, you saw that something freshly made and you got attracted. Now you may say, what happens if I get involved in such sensuous pleasures? Firstly, your mind is distracted because all the time the senses are shining. They're ready to give you signals. Imagine you have 5 cell phones. And you are there in all the platforms. How much of notifications you would be getting? In that scenario, firstly, your health will get disturbed because you are over-involving yourself in every act. Then your mind is disturbed. Then tell me what kind of sadhana you will do. Senses are like a check post, like an auditor. Even at some point, the mind gives an instruction, like say you just need to slap a person. You're so angry. And one hand has come up to slap that person, but the other hand can still hold that hand. No, don't do it. You'll complicate things. So mastery at the senses is, it can do both ways. Even if a mind has taken a wrong decision, you can still hold it. And secondly, you will also audit each and every signal before sending it to the mind. No, I should not pay heed to this. Because our intention is always we want what we like and we want to get rid of what we dislike. Why do we do that? Just to gain happiness. So that's the reason the Lord also says, see, I know for the kind of strong senses I have given you, I have also given you a very high bumper offer, which nobody in this universe has got that offer. In reaching me, which is the highest offer, which is not happiness, it is ananda, bliss. And there they say, in each and every animal I have made one sense which is strong. But whereas in a human, I have made all the 5 senses extremely strong and I've kept it as a challenge. The person who crosses over the force of these 5 strong senses, he ultimately comes out as a winner. Like for a deer, the sense of sound is extremely strong. So the hunter makes those kind of nice sounds which the deer would enjoy. And there by the sound, it gets attracted and it goes towards that sound and it gets shot and killed. An elephant has a strong sense of touch. So during the mating season, what the hunters do is they form pits, cover it up with some loose greens, and the elephants are rubbing against each other, rubbing. They have lost themselves in that process and they go and fall in the ditch and they get caught. The moth has a strong sense of sight. Any light it gets attracted, it goes and burns in that light. The fish has got for a taste, a strong sense of taste. So that's how it gets caught by a fisherman and it dies. A bee has got for smell. So likewise, for a human, I have given you all five senses, extremely strong. So that's the reason many of the sadhaks, they want to achieve something, but to control of senses is one of the aspects and the qualifications we need. So one needs to start growing up in controlling them. In a farm, a farmer was extremely disturbed by the monkeys around. Whenever he used to get some fruits and keep them in a jar over there, he used to see that the monkeys used to come and take away the fruits. He was fed up. So once what he does, he watches all these monkeys, how they do this. And the monkeys are also, of course, watching the farmer. So he, with squint eyes, he looks at them and they are slowly moving towards him. And as soon as he moves away from the jar, they used to come down, pick up the fruit from the jar and go away. One day, he brings a jar which is just about the size of the wrist for the monkey to put its hand in, a very narrow mouth. And he places some bananas there inside the jar. Properly visible to the monkeys, he shows off the bananas and he goes and puts them in the jar. Now the monkeys are also clever. They understand, and then as soon as he moves from there, now one monkey comes down and puts its hand inside and holds the banana and tries to bring it out. A heavy jar. Now the hand is not coming out. It is the size of the wrist, the opening. It's pulling its hand, not coming out. And there, the farmer catches hold of the monkey and properly gives it a thrashing. Now it's experiencing the thrashing there, but still wants to get away with the banana. He's thrashing it. It's trying to pull it. Thrashing, pull. Only if the monkey knew that if it let the banana go, it could have got his hand out. But that is the power of the senses. It is karmendriya and jnanendriya both. The smell, the touch, they are in action. The hand, which is a sense of work, it is also in action. How will it leave? So if that much sense prevailed on the monkey to let go the banana, bring out the hand, escape the thrashes of the farmer, the monkey would have become a monk. Friends, we too are like that monkey. We keep getting the thrashes in life. We take the thrashes, we keep falling into the same prey, but we don't give up those desires. Let go. One shot, as the farmer is coming closer, it could have just let go the banana from its hand, and as the hand went in, the hand would have come out. Just because it was holding the banana, the width was not enough for the hand to come out. So yesterday we studied what is the root cause of all the problems in life, the autobiography of a desire. You all should deeply sit and analyze and understand. Is that, sorry, and you will see most of the cases it makes perfect sense, because that is the autobiography of a desire in general and in common. Now we'll move to the third aspect, from Shama, Dhamma, Uparama. Uparama is also known as Uparati in some texts, and it comes from the root word of Uparama in Sanskrit, means ram. Ram means to revel. So here what they mean is to revel, to enjoy. That is the meaning of the root word ram. Revel in what? To always enjoy and revel in sense gratification. The senses asked for something, the mind said yes, the hands and legs and other organs of action went ahead, they saw that you got it, you enjoyed it, and you revel in it. So Upa means to keep away from this ram. Keeping away from sense gratification is Uparama. At the mind level, at the senses level. Abidance in the Shama and Dhamma, what we have understood. How to do? It's nice to talk and hear. One of the methods which they suggest is cajole your mind, convince your mind, give it a higher ideal. Like you want to eat something sweet. This is one of the very common sense gratification which we all indulge in. We know that sugar is not good. We know that this sweet or a dessert is going to add calories to my body. We know also my blood levels are not that great, sugar levels. So there you have to say, why you want to do this? Why you want to again go and take the pricks at the doctor? And he'll give you so many medicines, you need to swallow those medicines. And some people say, very casually they say, aur ek kha lo, kal 4 round zyada maar lena. Very simple. As it is, Joe, whatever rounds you're doing on a daily basis, that itself is you're not able to do it. And in that way, you're going to do 4 more rounds. Because after eating that, you will not get up only the next day on time. So if on these lines I lose my health and I keep wasting my time in going to doctors, getting tests done, swallowing medicines, again simultaneously nurturing a few side effects which is having an impact on my body, why I should be doing all this? Let me have a healthy life. Let me live in the glow of health. So this is a higher ideal which you have given. You are cajoling your mind. Say, look, this is the right way to move forward. See, here it is also, sometimes what we do is, like say if a doctor, he prescribes, no, you have to eat apple every day. And incidentally, if I like an apple, I say, wow, it's a good thing here. He also told me to eat an apple and I like an apple, fine. But on the contrary, if the doctor said, drink a glass of bitter gourd juice every morning, now that didn't suit you, you should not run away. Whatever is good, here there is no sense gratification here. It is for the good of your body and mind. Adhere it. Uparama. So keeping away from sense gratification. See, gradually that will die away. They will know, the senses, mind will know, hey, this fellow is a nut here, he doesn't listen to us. We should stop going after him. That will happen eventually. Uh, Somebody is saying to switch off the video. Nirja Hangal, I think you need to switch off your video because I don't have that system to switch you off. In fact, I can't see you also on video. Uh, no, I can't. I can't see you. Uh, okay. 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 We move forward. But I think you need to keep your ears more vigilant than your eyes over here. It's more for the ears. So focus on your ears. We'll understand what's the problem later. Let's not spoil the flow. The next one comes titiksha. This is the fourth quality under the third subheading. Okay. Now, what is titiksha? Endurance. Endurance of what? All that comes to you in life. So you have seen life is nothing but a game of surprises. Constantly you see sorry, you see surprises, good and bad, pleasant and ugly. Suddenly there is something coming. Now here they say, whatever life gives you, accept it. See, if you take a vow where there is difficulty, like the accepting pinpricks of life with a smile, fine. You take a vow, it is uparama, because there you are trying to tell your mind and senses, look, now I am hungry, but I have taken a vow to do an upvas today. There are so many delicious things in my house. I can see them, I can smell them, but I ensure that I am not going to touch you. Now that is, you have done keeping away from gratification. So to bring control, that is uparamama. But what happens sometimes, say for example, you are traveling to Delhi. You are not able to get a flight ticket, so you decided to jump into a train and you have to reach the next day morning somehow. Conveniently, the station is close by and you said, now let me catch this Rajdhani. You get into the train. And there you see, you got a berth as well. You were not able to prepare because prepare for in terms of getting food for dinner. So you said, I'll buy it on the train. And to your surprise, whatever reason, you did not get dinner that day. Now that is a point where you have to exercise your titiksha. Accept it, whatever has come. But don't make a big scene out of it. Don't shout at the poor bearer who was serving food to others. How come there is no food? What is this nonsense management? Who is your supervisor here? Who is the manager here? Who is the general manager? I'll write a letter to the union ministry. On this you don't. Be calm and say, for whatever reason, God does not want me to eat. Give it a higher idea. Maybe the food is contaminated. Tomorrow I have a very important day. If I eat that and if something goes wrong with my stomach and my health, the whole plan is a waste. It is God what has sent me this. I accept it gracefully. These are accepting the pinpricks of life with grace. At the body level, it is pain and pleasure. You are on work and you see that somewhere the AC conks off while you're traveling. Or you see that it's extremely cold. You have not bought your warm clothes. You forgot. At the body level, there is pain and pleasure. At the mind, there is joy and sorrow. And at the intellect level, somebody praises you, somebody demotivates you. They tell you all rubbish and they demotivate you. Don't get haggled by that. Just as a metal has to undergo an endurance test, it is with respect to extreme heat and extreme cold also, that it should not break down. Some metal is used in a car, it undergoes that test. Not that you just can bear cold weather and you cannot bear hot weather. That also is not going to work. Why? These should not affect your sadhana. That is the primary purpose. Even take from the point of view of you operating in the daily world. Let's say you are a sportsman. You are a cricketer. Now there is a stadium filled with 50,000 people and you're playing. You are a batsman. And it's on a foreign soil. Hardly anybody from your country. Even if they're cheering you, nobody can listen to that. When the bowler is bowling, they cheer for the bowler. And even if you hit a four for that ball, nobody is there to clap for you or cheer for you. You should not get disheartened. Likewise, even while you're working, there are so many people. In fact, these are one of the techniques which people use in board meetings also, where they try to put you down, hitting at your intellect level. Mana, apamana, what we call it. Psychology says this. They say all wrong things, they demotivate, you should not get angry, because the moment you get angry, you lose your cool, you lose your sense of control on the subject, which will make you lose the argument. So anything that comes, oh Lord, you have done this for my good. Higher attitude and accept it. Yeah, right. Shalini just sent a message. This is exactly what Shalya did to Karna. So in the Mahabharata, Shamla, yeah, she sent a message. You know, there's a very nice thing. Thank you, Shamli. Shalya happens to be the maternal uncle of Nakul and Sahadev. Somehow the Kauravas managed to take him on his team because he's excellent charioteer. And for Karna, they wanted the right charioteer, since on the opposite side they had Arjuna with Krishna. So Shalya knew the language of the horses, and in terms of maneuvering and in terms of his connect to the horses was extremely good, apart from his riding skills. So there, what Shalya used to do is, he used to all the time demotivate Arjuna, demotivate Karna while the fight is going on. Arey, what you can do, you know Arjuna's skills. I have seen him, he did that, he did this. And if Karna is trying to shoot from somewhere, you think you can shoot from here? That way, demotivation. So if your endurance power is right, then these things should not matter. So it applies even for your daily aspects in life and also for your sadhana. Now all these are from the perspective of sadhana, but the greatest strong effect is that you will be a wonderful person in terms of leading your life. You will be successful, you will gain monetarily, you will gain your rank wise, your position wise, and overall your life will be fulfilling and successful. Now Now the next one comes Shraddha, trust, faith. A very important parameter. I give a lot of importance to this parameter because here there is only surrender and devotion, which is much easier than all the other ones. But if you have this in full strength, it's like you can really do well on your spiritual path. When you say trust and faith, in what? Firstly, in God, the Almighty. Secondly, in the Shastras. Thirdly, on the Guru. And as simple as on your well-wishers in life. So we'll take this up. I want to emphasize quite a bit on this particular aspect, so we'll take this up tomorrow. Okay, we'll now get on to meditation, the Panchakosha Viveka Dhyana. And I had announced yesterday that Saturday we will not be, that is Sunday we will not be having the classes. So you all can revise and recoup and get ready for the classes on Monday again. So this is the announcement. Many had missed yesterday, I guess. So I'm just repeating that. Okay. Let's get ready. All of you, make yourself extremely comfortable wherever you all are. If any part of your body is aching a bit or there is pain, slightly adjust that portion of your body. Keep your neck, back and head in a straight line. Ensure it is not too rigid. In a relaxed position, it should be straight. Bring a smile on your face. Close your eyes gently. Both your eyelids as though there are two petals sitting on each other. Relax your entire face muscles, especially your forehead. There's so much room to relax at your forehead level. Relax, expand your forehead. This you can do during any part of the day as well. Let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale. You're completely relaxed. You're calm and peaceful. Now, let's try to go in search of our true self. using the principle of Nitya, Anitya Vastu Viveka, the prudence in us which distinguishes the permanent and the impermanent in our lives. Now, slightly clench your fist and release them. Can you notice that it was your body? Sorry. I can see my body. My body is an object. My body is impermanent in nature. It does not have an energy of its own. It thrives on some other energy. Then I'm not this body. I'm not the pranamaya kosha. Then what's my true nature? Who am I? Let's dive deeper. Am I the prana, the vital air sheath? Let us examine. Can you feel the air going in and out? You can feel the air going in and out when you closely observe your nostrils. You can feel the air You can also feel the air going in and out at your abdomen level. When you breathe in, your abdomen goes out. And when you breathe out, the abdomen goes in. I can see this. Then I'm not the pranamaya kosha too. It is an object which can be seen by me, and it does not have the power of its own to function. It is dependent on an external power. Then what am I? Let's go deeper further. Oh, then am I the mind? Let's examine whether I can see the mind. Yes, I can see my mind. All throughout the day, there were so many thoughts running in my mind. And relatively, I have very few thoughts now. Keep observing your mind. The mind too is not independent on its own. It's dependent on an external power. Then the mind is not my true nature. It's a borrowed nature. Then what is my true nature? Please tell me. Am I the intellect which controls the mind? The Vijnanamaya Kosha. Let's examine together. Look at your intellect. Sometimes it says I can understand. Sometimes it says I don't understand. Can you give an example, please? Let's try it out. Can you multiply 1139 into 2546? The intellect says, no, I can't. Okay, we give another question. Can you multiply 100 into 5? The intellect gave you an answer, 500. very clearly visible in your mind intellect. 100 into 5 equals 500. So this too is an object which is visible to me. I am not this intellect. I am the observer of the intellect, the mind, the pranas, the body. Then what is my true nature? What is that which is permanent here and the rest are impermanent? Let's dive a little more deeper. Beyond the intellect, you experience a sheath of shunyata, complete blankness. Blankness filled with ignorance, resulting in bliss. And there is complete absence of thoughts. We do experience this state on a daily basis in our deep sleep state. Where there are no dreams, completely relaxed. Then, am I this bliss sheath? Is this bliss sheath subject to change? Can you see this? Yes, I can see this bliss sheath. It's not there always. And it is dependent on an external power. It does not have its own independent existence. Now we could see all these 5 sheets are impermanent. And they come and go. As they are visible, they are an object. I, the subject, this self-luminous Swaprakashita, Nitya, always present, Drashta, the seer, is my true self. All these five sheets do not have any independent existence, and they come to function and live only in the presence of this eternal consciousness, which is omnipresent, omnipotent, infinite, self-luminous, changeless, that is what you truly are. You are that. Tattvamasi. You are not the changing body. You are not the changing pranas. You are not the changing mind and intellect. You are not the changing the sheep. All these are objects to a subject, which is you. As the eyes see an object, and as the eyes cannot see the eyes, in the same way, this pure consciousness can be only felt, feelingly understood, and understandingly felt. Come now, let's experience this consciousness. I'll take you through a small exercise. How to feel this consciousness, since it's outside the purview of the senses and the mind. Now slowly lift both your hands about 6 inches from where they were. Hold them in midair, palms facing the sky. Can you feel your hands with your eyes closed? Can you feel the energy inside your hands? Can you feel the sentiency, the chetana in your hands? Feel it. Experience it. That is the energy which is responsible for all the five koshas to operate. You can put your hands down. This is that consciousness which is like that vast ocean in which all the planets, solar systems, objects, they all function. You are that true self.
Dies ist keine Lektion für die persönliche.
You can feel this energy at any point of time and know your true self. Now slowly rub your palms. Place them on your eyes and gently open your eyes, lovingly. Do you all have any questions? I don't see any questions coming in. Shall we conclude? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. O Lord the Almighty, we are so grateful to you for having chosen us, which is very rare and indeed something which one cannot understand to what extent our good deeds of punya have fructified to get this knowledge. Our deepest reverence, gratitude to you. We seek your blessings to make this a reality in our lives. To the entire Guru Parampara, our gratitude and love and deepest respects for having brought this knowledge right to our doorstep. Hari Om. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for being a part of this wonderful divine journey. Looking forward to see you all tomorrow. Hari Om.